Welcome to the 5 on 5 podcast, presented by DMS, Direct Music Service. My name is Neek.
My name is Phenom.
And I am Jupiter Williams. Welcome, y'all. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get to my words real quick before I get started. Yo, let's protect all black women. And let's get rid of all this police brutality. Stop being afraid of our color of the skin. That's jacked up. Stop being so intimidated.
Yes,
we
sir.
just out here. We just try to make a life for ourselves, okay? Okay, let's get to it.
All right, Neek, introduce your guest for us today.
Today we are live from Las Vegas, and we have my friend, esteemed colleague, Eddie McDonald. What's up,
Yeah.
man?
Eddie
Hey,
Mac.
Mac,
Boom,
what's
Thanks
up?
for having me, guys. What's up? What's up?
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Yo,
Gotta give us some New York Griselda booms, you know?
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Yo, we are happy to have you here, man. Thanks for
Likewise.
taking the time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We have this huge donut set up today in front of us. I don't know if you guys can see it. This is from Donut Bar.
Donut Bar.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you what. If you are in Vegas, this is not a sponsored ad, by the way, folks. This is crazy. This
But
spot
feel
is
free
super
to.
crazy.
We're not opposed to that either.
We're not opposed to the sponsorship because we will be back. Last night we did a huge live stream with Spider Tech. Shout out
Shout
to
out.
him.
Spider.
Legendary.
We had
Legendary.
such a good time. That was over on Twitch. We're
My
kinda
man's
making
got a
moves.
Twitch affiliated too.
Got the affiliate
Congratulations.
last night. Yo,
Yes.
we are making moves. If you're just checking into the podcast, every week what we do is we pair two artists head to head, their top 5 songs as viewed most popular on Spotify. So, with that being said, Ed, I'm going to put you in the ringer today. We are going with Chic versus Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Ooh, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
What are your thoughts? What are your initial thoughts right now?
Well, I mean, when I think of Chic, I also got to think of the body of work outside. Just Nile Rodgers'
Yeah.
entire body
Yes.
of work,
Yes.
which goes everywhere from
Yes.
Diana Ross to David Bowie and everything like that.
Yeah.
I just think. I mean, and this is coming from somebody who's a huge Earth, Wind, and Fire fan too. And listen, I mean, Maurice White and Philip Bailey and everybody,
Mhm.
they all had amazing other little side projects and
Yes.
productions and stuff too. But I don't know. I gotta go with Chic.
Okay.
I probably lean more towards Chic.
Okay.
Let's see how this pans out.
Yeah.
We're going to go 5 rounds.
Before
here.
anything, I'm excited. I don't know if if you've been told about the premise of our show in
No.
the game. So this is it's 5 on 5 because we compare the top 5 songs on Spotify.
Okay,
So we're at the mercy of
Spotify.
Spotify's top 5.
gotcha.
You could go back and forth. So some songs you may like Chic, some you may like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay.
It's going to get interesting.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so round 1, let's start off with Chic, Le Freak versus Earth, Wind, and Fire, September. Which one you going with, Ed?
That's tough. See, now in this situation, I'd probably lean. I mean, I do love Le Freak, but I don't know. I think September hits me a little harder
Okay.
for some reason. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think I would go with September on that one.
You don't have to be like fully comfortable with your picks either.
Yeah, usually by the end of this, we're all uncomfortable and need to shower.
It's not easy. It's never easy, but it's fun, and you will probably want to change your answers tomorrow or later on tonight, in the middle of the night. You'll give us a call and be like, "Hey, I was completely wrong. I'm sorry, guys. Let me change this."
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
fly back out here to Vegas and
Yeah.
we'll re-record this whole thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Deal.
With more donuts from Donut Bar. Shout out
Donut
Donut Bar.
Shameless plug.
Downtown
Let's get that
Las Vegas is
sponsorship.
finest.
You know what I'm saying?
Shameless plug.
Let's take it to Travis next to me.
Okay.
Le Freak or September?
I will have to go with oh man, the Freak. I guess
Freak out.
I'm saying that with a question mark. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Le Freak with a question mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll move
Neek.
on from there.
I'm going with Le Freak only because I know September is technically a better song, but I still manage to roll my eyes every time I hear it in public.
Really?
I cannot stand when I hear September.
Really?
It's just one of those songs, like, it's a wedding song. It plays, like, at the corniest places at the corniest times. So now I associate the song with corny shit. Now
So would you say 10 years ago you wouldn't have had that feeling?
no.
Little
Okay.
Neek.
I
Little
still,
Neek.
Little
Okay.
Neek even still felt
Okay.
like September was
Okay.
corny.
If you are September 21st, if that is who you are as the date, that's your song, though. It's gotta
That
be your
is
song.
very true. Actually,
That's upsetting because now there's memes. It's kind of like the NSYNC meme.
It's gonna
Yes.
like
Oh,
it's
it's gonna be
May.
May.
Yeah.
Like, it's a
Yeah.
fucking old joke. I'm sick of it. It's corny.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I do share your sentiments. I totally do, and I totally could have
Like,
gone there.
it's
but I
almost
see.
nothing against the song. It's,
No,
it's
yeah,
the pop
it's
culture
circumstantial. It's just
surrounded by it.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, right.
Okay, well, as it works out this week, I cannot vote, so we are going to take it to round 2. Chic picked that one up with LaFreak because Neek hates the month of September.
and specifically the day of 21st.
Only September 21st, to be specific. Round 2, we'll start with Ed again. This is going to be Chic Good Times versus Earth, Wind, and Fire Boogie Wonderland.
Oh, that's easiest. Good Times by a billion miles because
Okay.
Boogie Wonderland is my least favorite Earth, Wind, and Fire song.
Okay.
Even though, but as far as the popular ones go, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yes.
I was never a fan of it.
Okay.
I would have to agree. Because Good Times is, rapper's delight. So
Mhm.
it's how it's hip hop. It's
Yeah.
hip hop right there. It's quintessential hip hop.
Yeah. Neek.
I should, considering my opinions on September, I should feel the same way about Boogie Wonderland.
But,
I don't.
wow.
I like Boogie Wonderland.
Okay. What
don't-
is it? Is it the beat? Is
It's
it the
Happy
lyrics?
Feet. I like
Okay.
Happy Feet a lot.
Ah.
Yeah.
So Little Neek strikes again.
Little Neek came back. Little Neek came back and brought us back.
I feel like a psychiatrist right now at the Notebook. But I'm like, what is it? What is
What
it?
is it that you don't like? And but Good Times, I have that corny feeling about.
Okay, so your September sentiment is the same with Chic Good Times.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Apparently, I would probably. You should hire me to do your wedding.
Yeah.
Because right now-
Because right now we're right.
Also, if anyone is looking to get married, Neek is available, and you'll have a great DJ for your wedding.
There you go.
Yeah, I
That's
won't
true.
play any of your favorite songs.
We'll give that one to Chic. We're going round 3. I think this is a little tougher. Chic, I Want Your Love, or Earth, Wind, and Fire, Let's Groove. Let's start the other way tonight. Let's go with Neek.
Chic wins this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that one I don't like, but yeah,
That's a tough one.
Okay.
that's the one I'm uncomfortable
Are
with
you
today.
solidified with that answer? That's Chic?
No,
Okay.
but I'm gonna stick with it. I'm not, I don't feel good about it, but yeah, Chic.
Let's Groove. No? You're still...
I like Let's Groove. I'm going with Chic. Don't do that. Don't switch.
All right, Travis.
I would have to go with Chic on this one, just because that song is haunting to me.
Mm.
It's, yeah.
Like those bells do something like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's a haunting. It's a dark song if you really break it down. For me, at least.
I feel that.
And just the way that they sing it is kind of two keys clashing together with the harmonizing.
It has a different sound to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what was so great about disco, that there's so many songs you could hear one after another and it was completely different.
Correct.
It was
Like
just
an upbeat minor.
Correct.
It's tight.
Yeah, you
It's a
can
cool
have
sound.
the same disco drums.
yeah.
A lot of the disco drums sing
Yeah.
the same, share the same pattern, but yeah, when it comes to like the
Arrangements.
melody and the arrangements, completely different. So yeah,
I think ABBA was good at that too.
ABBA was
where,
good at
where
that.
they were constantly like voulez-vous was kind of
Yes.
had that haunting feeling
yes,
to it.
Yeah.
yes,
You know, it's just kind of grinding
yeah, it was
you
almost
forward.
like a Eastern European like grind
yeah,
grit,
yeah,
like a kind of like a wet,
yeah,
cold, dark feel to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take it to Ed. What do you think?
You know what? This is a very difficult decision, and I'm just gonna say Let's Groove, just so Chic doesn't get the sweep.
Okay.
And that's
No,
the
that's
only
fair.
reason why I'm doing.
That's
So
very fair.
I'm
And
glad you guys both
But I'm
were.
glad that you said that though.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only reason I can come up
Yes.
with.
This one, round 4 is a little weird. We're gonna go Chic, Everybody Dance versus Earth, Wind, and Fire, Fantasy, and I'm gonna start with Neek on this one.
That's. Oh man.
Two way,
Way different
different
records.
songs.
Yes.
Completely.
Yeah.
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 I love fantasy so much. What's the Chic one?
Everybody Dance.
Oh shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's.
So you're going with the ideal dance floor heater versus an epic ode.
Yeah,
basically.
This is
Yeah.
Earth, Wind, and Fire's Rush song. Like,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is-
yeah. It's like
This is Tom
someone's
Sawyer.
on the mountain singing down to you, and you're
This-
just weeping.
Yeah,
You're
this
like,
is-
what a song.
like the epitome of Afrofuturism. Like this is
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
is
Yeah.
the coolest shit.
Yeah.
This is funk nerd shit.
This one's not easy.
No.
At all.
No.
I'm going with EWF
Okay.
Mhm.
with a little reluctance sprinkled on top.
Okay. Let's go to Ed next.
Another tough one, yeah.
Yeah.
Two different feels, two different levels of importance within that feeling of a track of a song. But it's tough. I mean, but I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go with Everybody Dance. It just has a very special place in my heart. Not that Fantasy doesn't, but I don't know. There's something. I don't know. Just in this situation, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
go there. Yeah, it's tough.
Travis, we need a tiebreaker for this round.
Tiebreaker is going to go to the elements on this one. Fantasy is a fantastic song. It's a fantastical song.
You don't want it to end.
You don't.
It's just
don't.
Yeah.
And then who did the flip?
Dan-
Kanye.
Oh,
Oh
Kanye
yeah.
did the flip on it with Jay-Z on it.
Mm.
So, yeah, I got to go with Fantasy.
Okay.
and then that the Danny Krivit mix of that is just a.
Yeah.
It takes a
Oh,
record that's
yeah.
already a journey and then
Yeah.
gives it a whole different
Absolutely.
path and like,
Oh,
yeah. I
yeah.
mean, it's amazing. It's a
Yeah.
masterpiece. Man,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think just in my mood right now, I just lean that way. There's
See-
no permanence in my
Right.
decisions
No,
or
no,
anything.
yeah.
Nothing's set in
Oh,
stone.
yeah, you don't have
Yeah.
to feel good about
Right.
any of your picks. Please don't.
I love the caveats that come when we get to decisions like that, where you're
Yeah.
like, "Look, I'm just picking this.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Absolutely.
I
In
promise
order
I don't
to
like
keep the
it more."
podcast moving forward, I will make a decision.
Yeah.
It's almost a flip of a coin decision too.
Fantasy reminds me of Never Ending Story for some
Yeah.
reason.
Oh yeah.
Reminds me of like flying
was
on
the
Falcor.
Basically the same
Falcor, yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
One of my
Like
favorite
I would
movies.
easily swap the Never Ending Story theme song for Fantasy. Any
Wow.
day and just let it ride and just watch the whole movie like
That's
that with
some
Fantasy
Wizard of
playing
Oz,
in the
Yeah.
Dark
background.
Side of the Moon
My
type
pe-
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right.
It's just the whole movie is just Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Exactly.
Yo, somebody should make that mashup.
They
Hey
should.
man, did
They
you
really
know
should.
that if you played Fantasy,
Yeah.
That's how I feel right now. That's exactly how I feel.
It's just Travis talking to himself, and he's like, "I didn't think about that, man." Well, you should,
Yeah.
man. Well, okay, man.
Hey,
Uh,
that might be a side episode.
That might be a side episode for
I'm
sure.
with it.
We're gonna give that to Earth, Wind, and Fire. We're going round 5 here. I had to make a substitution because Le Freak is their number 1 and their number 5. So that's
Hate
not
when
gonna cut it
Spotify
for
does
me
Yeah,
that.
today.
fucking Spotify.
you get the
yeah.
extended edit as the number 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
People listen to Chic. Expand your horizons, please. So let's get a better choice for our top 5. Okay,
Yeah.
like can't
So-
have the same song twice.
No, you can't. So I made a game time decision here. We're gonna go Chic Soup for 1 versus Earth, Wind, and Fire After the Love Is Gone, and I'm gonna start with Travis on this.
Oh, After Love Is Gone.
Okay.
That's like one of the first ballads that I grew up to as a kid. Waking up Saturday, Sunday morning, parents playing vinyls, and yeah, that was the jam. Or listening to it on Chicago WGCI early in the morning. They'll play the old school cuts.
Sunday
and-
morning on the way to
yeah.
church.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. No, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should shout out the Soup for 1 was flipped by Mojo for Lady.
Mojo, yeah.
Oh, right. Yes, yes.
Neek, what do you think?
So I remember last night we were talking about how my uncle's bands used to cover songs, and I grew up thinking that it was their songs.
Of course.
And a couple of those songs were
A couple of them. Oh, some of those songs were like "Working Day and Night."
Michael Jackson.
I thought they wrote "Working Day and Night." What was the other one I said? We played it last night, but this
Yeah,
is
I
one of
forgot
them.
which one it
The
was.
EWF song, "After the Love Is Gone." I thought my uncles wrote that song, so that's
You used to
'cause
say
I-
that Earth, Wind, and Fire ripped your uncle off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Like,
ripped
yeah.
my uncle off.
Who are these guys in the
This is
commercial?
your song, guys. What do you, like in the car, I was like, these guys are playing your song.
You
You
let them do this? These guys with very expensive
guys wrote a
outfits
masterpiece.
singing the song perfectly? You
Yeah.
allow them to do
Oh, it was "In the Stone." I thought my uncles wrote
Yeah,
"In the Stone."
So,
Oh, wow.
yes, yes.
So, Yeah, this is another one I thought my uncles wrote. But this is just my introduction to the song, so I'm going with this one. Super One is sick though. But yeah, this is
the one.
EWF.
Okay.
All right.
Ed, what do you think?
Although I'd like to avoid the sweep, I'll probably go with After the Love Is Gone.
Sure.
I love Soup for One, and obviously the Mojo Lady angle is, for novelty purposes, is dope, and it was such a great use of that sample.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I don't know. It's just I got to go with the Elements. Yeah.
Shout out
Such
to
a
my
good
uncle's
ballad.
band.
Yeah.
Shout out to Santa Fe and the Fat Cities Horns.
Yeah.
man.
I need to get
They
some
got-
merch.
That's a
They,
staple.
they
Yo,
created Purple Rain. They wrote the entire album.
Yeah.
Lucky for Prince, they let him use it.
respectfully though, the originals are sick. One day we'll get them on here. Shout out to Jerry and Lenny Lopez.
That's a band you look up online. You're like, man, I don't get any results for it.
Yeah, they're sick.
Are you sure you don't mean Earth, Wind, and Fire? Yeah,
one
I'm
day
sure.
I'll put them on. They're on Spotify. I'll put them on the top 5 one day. They're sick.
Yeah, I love that. That was 3-2. Chic won that one today.
Yeah, that was a
Gentlemen,
close one. I was
any
glad
s-
that was a close one.
Yeah.
I'm glad about that one.
Yeah. Any songs that we wanted to see on there? I'm gonna say right away, "Can't Hide Love" from Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay,
Mhm.
amazing.
Outstanding song.
Yeah.
I would maybe substitute that in somewhere. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Mm.
Are we missing anything from Chic?
Oh, there's a. Well, I mean,
There's a whole damn
I mean, if we're
catalog.
thinking
yeah,
of just in terms
Dance,
of like
Dance, Dance was
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah,
yeah,
as far as the
yeah.
popular ones
Yeah.
go, and
Yeah.
then I mean, My Forbidden Lover and shit
Mhm.
like that. I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of Chic songs.
There's
I
so
should've
much,
done
yeah.
on there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the top 10 is fair, but like the fact that they had the same song twice.
the
you want
next
any of those
grouping with like even on the Earth, Wind, and Fire side, like I love like Reasons, and I love
Yeah.
like On Your Face, like a little, On Your
Yeah.
Face is like a
I
little
like
off the beaten
A
path.
little bit, yeah.
You know, that's the
In the
shit.
Stones, kind of a cut. Too.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised that Reasons wasn't on there simply
I'm
because
just-
of the hitch.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, being on hitch and how he
Yeah,
was
because
singing
usually
that.
those
That's
kind of
pretty-
things are like
Exactly. That goes hand in hand with Spotify.
Shout out
So-
to both bands too, who I believe were still touring up until the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Niall
were.
is definitely touring,
Yes.
playing shows, working the crowd, bringing everyone up on stage.
he's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just watched this great Netflix documentary on him. As Ed mentioned, his work with David Bowie, Diana Ross,
You mean
absolute
you
legend.
mean everybody?
Daft Punk,
Everybody. Just say everybody.
yeah,
Everyone.
Daft Punk and Pharrell, literally everyone. Yeah,
Sister
And-
Sledge.
Yeah.
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 unreal. We will take it to a lightning round. What we do now is it's going to be a this or that,
Okay.
where we ask you rapid fire. You just pick one artist or the other. Let's start with TLC or SWV.
SWV.
Prince or Michael Jackson.
Fuck.
Mhm.
I have a feeling every time anybody has ever been posed that thing,
Yes.
the first word out of the mouth is fuck.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll hear
100%.
that a couple times, I think.
Oh, you
Damn,
just
that's a
wait.
fucking tough. That's like the one you kind of dread being asked.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because then you really feel bad when you have to choose one. You're like,
Yeah.
I swear to God, I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
them both.
You have
Yeah.
to explain yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, man? Fuck. I gotta probably go with Prince.
Okay.
Prince today.
Today. It could
Prince
be
today.
Michael
Prince
tomorrow.
right? Prince today. Yeah, I mean, just based on, I think, even though he's got amazing accolades as an art, I think he was underrated as a guitarist. I think he's one of the
Mhm.
sickest guitarists I've ever seen.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, but then there's a lot of things that Michael Jackson was unsung for, maybe too. Like, he wasn't very like classically trained musician or
Mhm.
anything, so you would hear his demos and you hear him like doing beatboxes to
Yeah.
kind of put little scratch tracks together or whatever you want to call it, little demo versions, and then I guess he would bring them to Quincy or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But like that's just a whole different way of
the-
expressing yourself.
It's the
with
James
the
Brown
genius
creativity.
right.
Just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, today I'm going with Prince
Yes.
today.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's see Missy or Busta Rhymes.
Shit. Fuck, two just dynamic artists, some of the greatest music videos
Yeah.
ever.
See,
to
I
hit
know we got Ed
MTV.
nervous now because he's shaking in the
He's
chair,
so
and that's how you
shaking.
know it's getting tough.
This is the first time
We're
he's
heating
moved.
up. We're heating up over here.
First time he's
Missy
moved
or
all
Busta?
podcasts.
Today, I'm going with Missy.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Biggie or Pac?
Biggie.
Yeah, that's
I
an
don't
easy
have to
one.
think about that one.
For New York,
No
that's
offense,
easy.
Pac.
Yeah.
Beatles or Beach Boys?
Fuck, that's another tough one. Probably deeper with the Beatles, but I'm going with Beach Boys,
Okay.
because Brian Wilson is just, as far as like songwriters and
Yeah.
arrangers and everything
Yeah.
goes, and it's funny because in an interview, I think it was, I don't know if it was with Howard Stern, he said the only songwriter that's ever made, no, I could have this reversed. It was either Paul McCartney talking about Brian Wilson or Brian Wilson talking about Paul McCartney, saying the only songwriter that ever made me cry was the other person. I just forget who it was.
Yeah,
But
they're-
today I'll go with Beach Boys today,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
both amazing.
Do you have an opinion, 112 or Jagged Edge?
112,
Okay. Phil Collins or George Michael?
George Michael,
Okay. Janet or Tony Braxton?
Janet.
This one's funny. Ja Rule or Nelly?
You know what? I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but maybe Ja Rule. I don't know, man.
Okay.
I used to not like him at all.
Uh-huh.
Put it on me. I used to fucking want to scrape my eardrums out with that
Yeah.
song. But then you know what?
Something
The
happens.
guy's got fucking hits, and even like we had him on the record like the week the Fire Festival documentaries came out.
yeah.
No, actually, no. The night that they were released on Netflix.
Yeah.
There was one on Netflix and one on like Amazon Prime
Yep.
that came out at the same time.
Yep.
That fucking night or the night after, we had him on the record. We're like, what do we do? People are going to throw bottles at. Do we put chicken wire around the stage?
Oh, shit.
And you know what? He came in and it was considering who we've had perform there.
Yeah.
It was one of the best performances. He killed it.
Wow.
That's so
So
sick.
you know what? Today I'm going to go with Ja Rule.
Wow.
But
Okay.
I love them both. I think they're both amazing.
What would Ja do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get Ja Rule on the phone.
Let's go see what Ja thinks of this.
This one was a couple weeks ago, and it's kind of difficult. Jimi Hendrix or Carlos Santana?
Jimmy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Elton?
That is a tough one though. But Jimmy,
Yeah.
Specifically 90s Santana.
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see, Red House or Smooth.
Oh my God. Elton John or Stevie Wonder?
Stevie.
Okay.
I love it. That's another tough one, but right now off the top,
Sure.
I gotta go
Stevie.
with Stevie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fugees or Bee Gees?
Aha! Wow, that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Wow,
trios.
that's tough. Fuck, very difficult.
Mm.
Because I'm thinking of the side work and all the records that Wyclef did outside of the.
Yep.
Or are we just talking just as a fucking band, or
As a band.
as a
band, yeah. Which is still tough.
still
Yeah.
Tough.
still insanely difficult. Fuck. Wow. You know what? Fugees, because they're from Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Just today, I'm going with the hometown
Okay.
heroes.
Okay. Last week was Boys to Men or Jodeci?
Tough.
Mhm.
Jodeci's got more of like an underground appeal to them, and
Yeah.
Boys to Men are just rock stars, pop stars.
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, just because of the. I'll go with Jodeci today.
Okay. We do like to end this section of the lightning round with this question: Outcast or Hall & Oates?
Oh, Hall & Oates.
Okay.
My first concert.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
My-
your first concert.
Which
My
is
first
another
and
question
second
we were gonna
concert.
ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate the confidence, man. I feel like,
Yeah, I do.
not to say that there's a right or wrong answer, but sometimes I just feel like you could be a little more confident in this answer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, totally.
Well, one way or the other, whatever.
Yeah.
You should be
Yeah.
So that was your first
Unrelenting.
concert. What was your favorite concert you've been to?
Okay. You know what? In recent times, bucket list type shit. One of the best shows I've seen was recently at the Palms. I got to see Blondie and Elvis
Oh,
Costello.
wow.
Oh, that's
Wow.
fucking
And
tight.
they tightened us up. We have a friend that works over there, and he gave us like the skybox with like a private bar and everything. And I'm watching like my first crush, Deborah
Yeah.
Harry, and
So
like
sick.
I was just like, it was like chills the whole time. And even Elvis Costello, I was a late bloomer with him.
Yeah.
But I mean, fucking, it was just. But I just. There was so many. I mean, the reggae festivals.
Yeah.
Reggae Sunsplash, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Thievery. I don't know. I'll go with the Blondie thing, just because
Blondie,
it
yeah.
was so profound for me as being a lifelong Blondie fan to see her like
Debbie still got it. Still working it, man.
Clem Burke,
Yeah.
her drummer's from my hometown in Bayonne, New Jersey, and he's a fucking animal, man. He's amazing. All this is Chris Stein. Everybody's all the same. It's just, and they crushed it. She did Old Town Road. This is when Old Town Road was in. She just segues into Old Town Road. I have it on video. I'll find it. I'll show you guys after.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's great.
We do have to ask. We ask a lot of food questions here. Favorite spot in New York to get a bite?
Right now, vegan Eddie. I would say, I love Blossom. Blossom has a bunch of restaurants. One in Chelsea. I think there's one uptown. One in Midtown. Blossom. Yeah, it's a chain of vegan restaurants, but they all have different menus at every location. But I love that spot. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I like to ask the question: if you could go back in time to any event throughout history, what's the first one you would pick?
Maybe the One Love Peace concert in Jamaica.
Sick.
It's when Bob Marley brought Edward Seaga and Michael Manley up on stage when there was a lot of political warfare going on. And like he brought these two guys up on stage, and they had their gangsters behind them too.
Yeah.
This guy Bokie Marshall and I forget the other guy's name. Whatever. But he joined the hands of the two opposing politicians, and you see lightning strike. It was like insane.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
I've seen
It's
that.
like,
That's
and he
great.
and Bob's just dancing around doing like this rain dance type thing, and you just see like lightning crash. It was like the most powerful thing, and I was like, even though Jamaica was not a very safe place, I would want to have been there to experience that. That just always really moved me.
That's a moment.
Yeah.
Favorite unexpected night where you saw somebody perform?
Oh, like unannounced type shit. That's my favorite shit in the world.
Exactly.
I want to say Palladium, New York City, probably 1994, maybe 94. I don't know. I don't remember the exact year. I know I was in high school. Thank you to Mayor Dinkins for letting underage kids into nightclubs to do bad things back. Robin S. came out. This is when Show Me Love just hit, and then I didn't know I wasn't really going to clubs at the time. This was all new to me. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But I remember that song came out. But to me, I had no idea what was going to happen. It could have been promoted, but back then they used to do that shit a lot. Like at the Roxy brought out Madonna in 1999.
Yeah.
Peter Rohofer was DJing, and then out of nowhere, she just fucking comes out and performs.
Oh, wow.
She did a whole concert at Roxy, and this was on a gay night too. So the place was just. I mean, it was. Crazy. Yeah.
So I know you're the owner of Mac Agency. You do all the booking for Park MGM.
Yes.
Have you had any outlandish writers with any of the people you booked?
Outlandish. Nothing too crazy. I mean, listen, Wyclef, because we did Wyclef to do his full show. I mean, he does everything. He's like the Sammy Davis Jr. of our time as far as showmanship and just versatility, where Sammy would come out and tap dance and do the gun routine with the, I mean, Wyclef hits every instrument. He performs from every nook of the club. I mean, and on the record, if you've ever been there, he'd go up to the karaoke rooms, to the upper tables, the lower tables, standing on the bar. I mean, amazing. But he had a lot of backline requirements, but it wasn't like unreasonable, not like green M&Ms type shit. Little Dicky, I remember his rider being funny. Like everything was scribbled on, like stick figures and shit, like how to do it. So that was actually funny. But I mean, overall, not just on the record, a difficult rider to fulfill. This is before I was, Mac Agency was even a thing. Was at Jet nightclub at Mirage, which then became One Oak.
Mm-hmm.
Not long after Jet opened is when the Beatles Love Show launched, and Guy Lebert, the owner of Cirque du Soleil, threw a party at Jet. So we had Louis Vega with his wife Anane and Mr. V, and Louis. He's very particular about his gear, so he requested that it was an Allen and Heath rotary. It's about a $5,000 mixer with the analog meters on it. And he would have settled for probably a Rain MP 2016, maybe, or obviously a Yuri, probably better than that. But
Right.
but we wound up getting it, and he had like bongo, a lot of percussion and triangles and all
Wow.
that. We got it all, but the tough part was getting that mixer. We found one in Canada, and we had it overnighted. And then he gets there for sound check, and he goes, "Oh shit, you got one?" I'm like, "Yeah, we got one, dude." You know, and that wasn't me. That was more like it was Matty Olson, Matty O, who's now the technical director for Win Nightlife.
Shout out,
really,
shout out.
Really good friend of mine. It was him and another guy, I think Bob Athey, who was one of our sound system guys that was working for John Lyons at the time. They were able to find it and overnight it. So, yeah.
Wow.
That's fucking rad.
That is so rad.
Okay.
Let's ask this question. Oh, you got
Uh,
some. Go ahead.
You're stranded on an island.
Yeah.
What album you taking?
This is probably a common answer, but probably Songs in the Key of Life.
That's
Yeah.
mine.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is neat.
Yeah, it goes everywhere. It goes
Yes.
everywhere you need it to go for every emotion that you feel or that you want to feel.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So, yeah.
That is like the original version of Jay-Z Blueprint.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is what Jeffrey Jordan
Which
said.
is what Jeffrey Jordan said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do like to ask this question. We're filming a movie about your life. Who is playing you in that movie?
My current aesthetic, probably Moby.
Okay.
I always make that comparison. I actually was Moby for Halloween.
Yeah.
I just got dressed and walked outside my house, and that was my costume.
Gotta
I
get the vegan net tat.
Yeah, right.
I was gonna go Hollywood casting and say John Malkovich.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
kiss my ass. John Malkovich, fucking KGB peak.
Let's ask this question. You're opening up your own spot. What's the name you're going to call your club, and who's your first resident DJ?
Tribute would be the name.
Okay.
And that was actually a club I was
That's
going to
dope.
open down here. Me and Gary Stewart, like legendary sound system guy. He passed away now, but he moved to Vegas. He built the original Ministry of Sound in London.
Wow.
He built he did Roxy. He did Sound Factory. Later on, Sound Factory in New York as well. So we actually found a space, and then we were looking for investors. So I had a whole business plan, tribute, because I had a record label with DJ Mighty My called Tribute Recordings, and we called it Tribute because, you know, we felt, especially in the time that we started it, it was like around 2008, 2009 maybe. The EDM cats were coming out here, and I'm watching a lot of these guys. I'm like, they're really not that great.
Right.
And I'm watching like local talent who's like the blue collar backbone of the programming in Vegas, kind of now start getting kicked to the curb a little bit. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, tribute. You know, we're gonna pay tribute to, like, you know, we're gonna, you know, showcase the talent, the unsung talent, because there's kids that aren't getting a fair shake, or not kids, just there's producers and stuff like that that aren't that are getting overlooked because everybody's so, you know, wowed by the, you know, the EDM kids that were the guys that were coming in, and so whatever, and we did some good stuff. But I said, fuck it, you know, build a nightclub of the same name, and you have the label feed the nightclub feed. You can do label parties, and everything's under the same kind of brand and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the name. And then who would be my first DJ to do it? Dead or alive?
Sure.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely. Definitely.
No, I don't. That's tough. That's tough, man. I might do. Just for, I don't know. That's tough. Dead, I would say Larry.
Yeah.
Just
Nice.
because I never got to see him live.
Yeah.
I never got to see him perform, so I would want that for selfish reasons, and the fact that I think he would kill.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You know, but and alive, I don't know, man. If I want to go with my family, I would go Mel Starr, because, you know, Mel's just like one of the greatest I've ever seen do it, and it's like I have the privilege of getting to work with him now and learning from him, and, you know, so I would probably put him in there. On like a superstar tip, you know, I would love to get Kenny and Louie in there, but have like, but not just to do house, but I want Kenny to go in on some dance hall and some hip hop
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
and just take it everywhere, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But yeah, so.
Let's ask New York pizza. What's your go-to spot, and what is your pizza? What would you get on the pizza for toppings?
Okay, again, is when I was living back east, I wasn't. Oh, I guess I was when I moved back. But shit, you know what? It's tough. I mean, I like Spumoni Gardens in Brooklyn. That's a legendary place. DJ Boris used to take me there. He took me there a couple of times. I didn't make it out to Brooklyn too often, but I remember that being really good. They had a really good Sicilian slice. But in New York, it's tough. See, because I am a Jersey guy, so a lot of my pizza. Well, I mean, I ran a place called Brooklyn's Pizza, owned by the Grimaldi family, which then they sold it to all the Grimaldis out here. But their uncle is the guy that owned a legend, probably one of the top 5 most legendary pizza places called Patsy's in New York, and there was one under the Brooklyn Bridge. There was one in Harlem, and that's where like the Rat Pack used to go. Like Sinatra used to wind up there. They were open really late and stuff like that. So it's hard for me to say. I don't really. I'll just go with Ray's Pizza because there's about 10,000 of them. So let's just go with Ray's Pizza, and then
Nice.
And then toppings, pre-vegan. Pre-vegan would be pepperoni, red onion. Extra well done. Now it's just give me any vegetables, mushrooms, olives, green peppers, whatever.
Yeah.
Where can people catch you as far as streaming? Kind of plug your socials here. Let people know where they can find you.
My personal IG is DJ Eddie Mac. Company IG is Mac Agency LV. We do right now. Well, we're going to be doing a weekly thing. I'm looking to do maybe like a Wednesday thing at my office, just doing inviting people over to play 45s. No, just casual, maybe, I'll make some coffee or whatever, have a beer or whatever. So there's nothing really to promote yet other than, I mean, we're booking stuff. We're streaming DJs live from my office to actual venues on the Las Vegas Strip. I'm able to get some DJs paid. It's helping me learn a lot about video production and stuff. And it's been exciting, but stay tuned because we're starting to get back to work.
And then, where can people find those streams from your office?
Well, nowhere. You
Nowhere.
can find them.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They are private.
You can find them at Alibi, at Aria, and Lily at Bellagio.
Yes.
But since we are getting paid for these, we don't promote the stream. We just kind of use a kind of coded username so that nobody can search for us or anything. So, cool. I'm the first DJ that's not promoted. We don't want you to tune in. Please don't tune in.
That's amazing.
But
if you're in town.
But just stay tuned because I mean, Park MGM reopened on the 30th. It was the last MGM venue to reopen its doors. Things are kind of looking up, and just stay tuned because we'll be making moves again shortly.
Because you got things going. Juniper on the record and My Best Friend.
Well, when everything's open, there'll be Nomad Bar. There'll be I don't know what's going to happen with Gemma Pool Party. That's the beach club over there. I don't know if that obviously won't open this year. Yeah. On the record, Best Friend. Juniper. Where else are we doing DJs? I think that's it there.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
We did forget to ask, what's your favorite kind of off the grid Vegas restaurant?
Off the grid Vegas. I love Violet's Vegan. I love Veggie Nation downtown. I mean, now that I live downtown, I mean, I'm there all the time. I mean, there's just so many good places.
Yeah.
So many good places. I mean, especially
there's a lot
if you're vegan, forget about it, man. It's like paradise. There's so many, and it's very Vegas is close. Everything's kind of close. If you drive 15 minutes, that's like a hike in Vegas.
Yeah.
Whereas like back east or something like that, everything is very vast. You got to drive 20, 30 minutes to get to something or whatever. But I mean, I love Veggie Nation. I love Violets. I love Stacey Dugan's place, Simply Pure. Tacotarian. Oh, Tacotarian is ridiculous.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, Nick, you didn't take us there.
Yeah, Nick, I'm kind of mad about that.
We were talking pasta and pizza.
It's ridiculous.
We went to Chicago Joe's before we
Yes.
played Artifice the other night.
Okay.
And I loved my meal.
He got the lasagna.
Got the lasagna, which was
It was great.
fantastic. A couple people didn't enjoy their meals as much and wish they had gotten what I had gotten. Nick, what was your thoughts on that?
I agree.
Colin should have ordered for
recommendation.
the table.
Well, explain why we went there.
So our friend Angel Perino,
Friend of the show.
friend of the show, she
Guest of the show.
guest of the show, friend of the show, another esteemed colleague.
Yeah.
She told us that was her pick. So we all decided that when these guys come out that we were going to go to Chicago Joe's.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We just kind of freestyled the menu. We picked what we wanted. Some stuff was good. Some stuff was, I'm not going to say it was gross or anything. It
No,
was-
yeah. Nothing
Yeah.
was gross.
Yeah.
It just wasn't as, the hype. There was a lot of hype
Oh,
going
yeah?
into it. I think
Yeah.
that's
Where
what
is
it
that
was.
now? Where's Chicago?
Right down the street.
Really?
It's like
Yeah.
on 4th.
Oh,
little,
no
little
kidding.
brick house. Little brick house.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
a house. It's
Yeah.
a house that they converted into
No
a
shit.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Ah.
Like
No
back
shit.
in the day, now you use the front door, but it used to be you go through the sliding door, like on the side of the house.
No
Yeah.
shit, man.
It had kind of a rosebud feeling to
Yeah.
it, big loaves of bread when you sit down.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
night. And that's, we live in Portland, so
We have
sometimes
nothing.
it's tough to get
Nothing.
anything
No.
close to anything like that.
Nothing.
Yeah. You have to go to Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
And but no, we did want to mention that we ate there.
Mhm.
Any other questions before we wrap up? You have any curveballs for this gentleman?
I'm trying to think of a curveball.
You haven't asked any of your movie questions yet.
Okay.
Okay.
I got you. Yeah, no.
This is me reminding Travis of who he is. Hey, Travis, these are the things you like. I am your conscience. This is your conscience, Travis. What do
I'm
you
listening.
like?
I'm listening. Okay, so what movies are you on right now? Type of
Uh,
movies, genres. We can go
I mean,
series.
My go-to genre is always mafia movies.
Okay.
Always, yeah. So, I mean, the last big one that came out was The Irishman,
Irishman.
Scorsese. They reunited the whole crew, De Niro and Pesci. I think Harvey Keitel was back in the mix, too. Now, coming up, I'm really excited for Many Saints of Newark,
Oh yes.
which is the Sopranos prequel
Yep.
kind of thing, which it goes into more like Junior Sopranos,
Mhm.
kind of when him and Johnny Boy Soprano were running shit. Tony's a
Yeah.
adolescent, I guess, but Many Saints, I don't know how many of you guys follow Sopranos,
Oh
but
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so
definitely.
Christopher, his last name is Moltisanti.
Yep.
So Moltisanti is Italian from it means many saints. So
Okay.
the name of the movie is supposed to be called, unless they change it, but it was Many Saints of Newark. So it's going to get into a lot of his dad, Dickie
Yeah.
Moltisanti, and stuff like that. I'm a Sopranos
So it's kind of.
absolute fucking nerd.
I like how I was going with. Sorry about that. I like how I was going with like the Godfather 2 approach.
Yeah. Oh,
I
which I
love
mean,
that.
if it has the same, well, I mean, it's going to be hard to top. But
No, right, correct.
Godfather 2 is the shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
correct. Correct.
Yeah,
So
it's
what
it's
a
like
great
a debate.
movie to go about.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
to use as
So
a
I hope it
blueprint.
has a similar effect. But I mean, you can't improve upon perfection, which I think Sopranos was a perfect and multi layers because I've seen the whole series
Mhm.
a couple hundred times probably. Yeah, because I have there was a channel I was able to find somewhere online, and I have them all on
Endless
DVD.
loop.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
24 hours.
Oh wow.
It streams it 24 hours in order, and then when it's done with the finale,
Yeah.
it starts from the
Go right
beginning,
back.
no commercials,
Amazing.
and I would just leave it on in my house because
Amazing.
I wish there was a Sopranos dream sequence show. Just an
you know what?
entire
That's
show on the
interesting
dream
because a lot of people
sequences.
hated those, and I loved them.
Yeah, I
I
loved
didn't
them.
understand it when it was happening, like when
When
Yeah,
you're
it was
when it first
when it was
happened,
in
yeah.
and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, Kevin Finnerty and all these, like, he's in a coma, and like
Mhm.
then when you go back and you watch it, and you're a little smarter years later, and you start to look into it, and it's
Yeah.
like it's amazing. But still, there's a lot of people on like a lot of the Sopranos groups that I'm in on like Facebook and shit.
I love
Like,
it.
fuck those dream sequences, fuck that. Da, da, da. I'm like, dude, you're fucking a retard.
Yeah.
I have to ask, how would you have written the ending?
Yes, that's
Oh man, it's another thing. I've read blogs, I've read all types of stuff, and again, another situation of when I watched that shit happen when it was originally aired, I felt let down because
Mhm.
I didn't know how David Chase's mind worked
Mhm.
at the time,
Mhm.
and then you see how methodical he is, how he uses a lot of symbolism and numerology and
Mhm.
like little he sets and little there was long story short, there's the two main theories are that the crowd got whacked. Lights out,
Right.
it's perspective. So lights out, Tony's lights are out.
Right.
Or are our lights out?
Right.
Ah,
Did we get whacked or did Tony get whacked?
yeah.
I lean more towards Tony got whacked because they set up, if you remember, like when the door opens, there's a bell ring. So he
Yeah.
sets up the sequence. The bell rings, they flash to Tony, and then they flash to Tony's perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something like that. It's something to that effect. And they set it up in a previous episode when they were at the lake house with Bobby Bacala and they were sitting on the boat, like fishing.
Oh, right.
And then there was, or something like that, and there was a bell that rang. And
Yep.
he established that sequence and then used it again in Made in America. I think it was the name of the finale.
Mhm.
But I think It was the guy in the members only jacket. He was with Slava, the Russian mafia guy. Slava found out that the big guy that they went to collect money from for Silvio, that they killed in the forest for Pine Barrens episode. I think he didn't die. I think he made it back to Slava. Slava, his relationship with that guy made him cry when Tony saw that they were in the war together. He was like, he saved my life. Now he's on drugs and alcohol, and he starts crying. That's powerful. You got the head of the Russian mafia crying.
Right.
So it shows you how important that man was to Slava. So I'm like, I think that Tony got the Russians got to Tony. I don't know.
Did they pick the right soundtrack for the ending?
You know what? At that time, you got to think, man. We were still fucking playing "Don't Stop Believing" in the clubs, and I was sick of it. And I was like, "This fucking song is going to be the last song." Out of the soundtrack to The Sopranos was so good.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't praise it enough. Because then there's a Sopranos soundtrack Spotify list too that just takes you right back to every episode that they used it for. So. I guess it was fine. I guess it was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it was probably the most brainless song he's used in the entire series, and I'm like, okay, I guess you're ending on this fucking.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
gonna go with Journey.
Yeah.
We're gonna
close out
Don't
with
Stop
Journey.
Believing. Yeah. And everybody's checking their sets because you go, don't stop, and then it just goes black, and everybody's like, they're like hitting the TV. They think it's like, no, this shit's over, dude. So yeah.
Oh God, I love that show.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that show. Well, HBO doesn't miss.
Yep.
HBO does not miss. I'm telling you straight up. HBO doesn't miss. Documentaries,
Mhm.
sports, shows.
Yep.
Well, I told you I've been watching The Vow. I don't know if you.
Oh, yes.
It's about this cult. It's there's a lot of layers. I don't want to give too much.
I'm big
away.
on cults too. I like cults.
Definitely check
You're
out.
gonna
I'm
The
in
Vow.
one.
Yes.
You're gonna love the-
Colin texted us and he goes, "Are you guys watching The Vow?" And we're like, "Well, were you?"
Oh yeah,
on
I
the
was
text?"
like, I was like, bro, I'm not watching no fucking reality TV.
We're like, we're
right
not
now."
watching this because
Docu series or it's an actual it's a
Docu-series.
oh, it's a docu
Docu-series,
series.
limited- limited
The Vow.
release,
Oh,
yeah.
I gotta watch it.
Because the last time we were talking shows, we were watching 90 Day Fiance.
90 Day Fiancé.
Right.
So I was like, bro, I don't got enough juice in the tank for another reality show.
It's mindless television
Yeah.
that will get you through your
Yeah.
week. You can flip it on.
Yeah.
Watch these people in these fucking bizarro situations
Yeah.
as 90 Day Fiance is. And
Yeah.
So-
but this is
yeah,
completely
he puts us on 90 Day Fiance, so we're like,
and then
we're
I
not
switched
gonna
to a
go
cult
like
show.
that.
Yeah.
And then he says HBO and Cult. And I'm like, I'm sold
That's
at
right.
HBO. And then he was like, I'm sold at Cult.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Cult. Yeah.
I also suggested The Great too, which you finished
Oh
that
yeah, The
right
Great.
away.
Oh,
The Great.
about
Catherine
Catherine
the
the Great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no
Amazing.
shit.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
TV
Yes.
show on Hulu.
Okay, we got
Um,
Hulu. Yeah.
Huge budget with Ellie Fanning, Dakota Fanning's sister.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nicholas
And it's-
Holt.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been. I haven't. I haven't really been up on too many shows up until now. My girlfriend just moved in a few months ago, and she's like up on the show. So I watch what she puts on, and I get into it. So we got into we just started Ratchet,
Oh yes.
which is
One-
the
One Flew
prequel
Over
to
the
One
Cuckoo's
Flew
Nest.
Over the Cuckoo's
my
Nest,
God,
which I'm like,
so good.
holy shit! That's one of my favorite. That's in my top 10
And
of
it's
all
so
time.
stylized perfectly too.
Wow, I was like, what a
Oh.
great idea.
Yes. And Sarah Paulson. Sarah
yeah.
Paulson. What a great
She's
person
amazing.
to put.
She's
as the
amazing.
head. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
So-
and we just got done with the Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, that's so
Holy
good.
Danny McBride's
Love
new
that.
shit.
That's
I
a
guess
good
it's
soundtrack
I don't,
Adam-
too.
Adam
amazing,
Devine.
Soundtrack.
really good.
Yes,
And
yes.
We're late. We're in the middle of I'm Dying Up Here, which is old. We were late on that, which is amazing about the
Yeah.
stand-up comics. That's good. What else did we just? Obviously, fucking Cobra Kai. I blew
Oh,
through those
Cobra Kai is
motherfuckers
so
in like a
good.
day. I
Yeah,
watched them
because
all.
they're 20-minute episodes.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
It's so
that
good.
takes me back, man.
Yeah,
So,
and they do they're so good with the flashbacks.
yeah.
And how they splice in the old
And,
movie.
and it kind of
was
harps
already,
on. There's always been that ongoing theory that Daniel LaRusso was the antagonist or whatever,
Yes.
right?
And
Like
I-
he was the asshole. And it's like, no, think about it. And it's like, it makes you think.
Yeah.
And this show is kind of like
This show puts
taking
it in
that
perspective.
play. It's
I
so
love that.
fucking
Yeah.
great.
He's like
Amazing.
Daniel came into our town. He stole my girl, and then they show the clip of the movie, and it's like it makes you think. Like I did not see the movie like that.
Yeah.
As a kid, But
No.
now I'm seeing it.
Right.
Came and started a fight.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's like we asked you to leave the dojo. You keep coming back. It's
Right.
like, yo, man, just chill.
Yeah, it
Fucking
makes
Jersey
sense.
he
motherfucker.
like cheated his way into the
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah,
That's
It's
it.
insane.
Brooklyn Russo,
It's
bro.
genius. I love
still
it.
haven't started Cobra Kai, but I've long.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
haven't
yeah,
started
you're
that
gonna love
either.
it, bro.
It's on my
Started.
list.
It's so
Fuck
good.
Danielson.
Billy
bro.
Zabka, you know.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
yeah, really good.
Oh man, Ted Lasso is another show that I'm on heavy.
Okay.
Jason Sudeikis,
Oh, love Jason Sudeikis.
college football, D2
See,
college
this is what happens
football
when I
coach.
get Travis started. I'm like,
Yeah,
Travis,
yeah,
you
see?
need to talk about your film and your movies, and then we have
And then
7 episodes
yeah, I'm
worth
off.
of material. We
I'm
got to
off.
get you back on this
I'm
show.
off.
We gotta
I'm
get-
just gonna shut up now. I'm just gonna shut up now because we got to get this show wrapped up.
Oh
But
my
I could
God.
go on for years.
Yeah, we
I said
definitely
years.
we will have you back to talk more because
Yeah, it was fun.
you are a plethora of knowledge, and we
Yeah.
appreciate you joining us.
Oh, likewise. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, we will be back in Vegas soon.
Soon.
Live streaming. We want to have you rock with us.
Shout out Artifice. Shout out the good people over at Artifice.
Yeah,
shout
they
out
they really
Artifice.
took care of us and our people that came through. So
You
big
know,
shout
yeah,
out to y'all.
We did hop in. This was our first gig together since the beginning of
since-
all of this.
yeah.
Really, since
Yeah,
we
since
played your
Paradise
party,
Fever.
Paradise Fever,
Mm-hmm.
I felt completely safe.
Yeah.
I felt like everything was super clean.
Yeah.
And I felt like they took plenty of precautions to make
Mhm.
sure that everyone was handled well and,
Yeah.
and everything and
Absolutely.
great hospitality. Big ups to those people if you
Good.
guys are listening.
Shout out.
Nice.
Artifice Las Vegas.
In the
Check them
Arts
out during a
District.
First Friday.
First Friday.
First Friday
Yeah.
is usually their big weekend.
We saw people roller skating around.
Mm-hmm.
And like right now, we're not even really doing First Friday, but people make it work, and it's cool. Artifice really does a great job. That's my new home, so
Yeah.
Nice.
I love them over there.
Yeah, shout out to the good people over there. Shout out to Spider Tech for coming through and gracing us with his legendary presence, man, because that boy put on a show. And if you guys weren't in that live stream, I am sorry because
Yeah.
he put on an absolute clinic and it was rare to see Spider Tech really nerding out on some good music, man. It was very therapeutic, so
Yeah. He is a monster. I think
yeah. shout out Spider Tech.
I think we're gonna have him back on with Craze actually and do a little something funny.
Yeah.
Nice.
Where Spider Tech will pick the songs and then
Let's hope
Kinda
Craze doesn't
sick.
see this episode. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to edit that part
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, right.
Nika's always thinking about fuck, what do I have to edit out? What do I have to edit out? No, and last before we wrap this up, shout out to Direct Music Service, man.
Yeah,
for taking
shout
us under the
out.
wing. We recently picked up the sponsorship. We're presented by them now. That's directmusicservice.com. Fantastic people.
Yeah,
over
make sure you
there.
guys go there.
Shout out to Kevin
DJ,
Scott,
old
Audio
DJ.
Good.
One.
Go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fuse Mania.
Yeah,
Danny
Warren.
Diggs, Phrase,
That's the crew.
Did you say Warren already?
Yeah,
Warren,
Warren B.
Jason B.
Yes.
Shout out to Drew
Fuse.
Pierce. Drew Pierce was the one that really
Yeah, shout out Drew.
spearheaded this, put this all together for us, and we're beyond grateful to be rocking with you.
Yes.
Ed, we're grateful to have you here, man.
Mac.
Thank you for
Legendary
having
Eddie
me,
Mac.
guys. This was a
Legendary.
blast, man. I had a
Thank
great
you.
time.
Legendary. Thank
and,
you, Eddie.
Last but not least, shout out to Donut Bar. We would love.
Yo,
Hey,
Hey now.
Donut Bar.
Yeah.
There's 3 shout outs for Donut Bar.
And
Oh
donut
wait, yeah. Let's see. We'll do this live on the stream.
be edible.
Yeah, it's edible.
It's
Eat
a
it.
little
donut bar. If you can get, if you could
Oh,
make,
it's edible.
Okay.
if you can make a grilled cheese donut with some VO Life vegan cheese, that would be
yeah.
amazing because this looks absolutely
Yes.
amazing.
If you guys
and
can see
I
this.
can't eat it.
Grilled cheese donut.
Yo,
Crazy.
this is
Amazing.
the 5 on 5 podcast. Peace.
We out.
Yes.
Pack it up. We forgot to say
Pack it up.
Pack it
Pack
up.
it up.